in New York City as the New York Giants do what we expected them to do. Doesn't matter how they did it, they did it. The New York Jets do what we expected them to do, and all is okay in the world. So just take a chill pill. We got lots cooking today. Good afternoon to you, Evan Roberts. How are you today, buddy boy?
Excellent. You have a good Thanksgiving?
Great. It's 4 days ago already. Thanksgiving is well since over.
No, the audience hasn't heard from you since.
Yes. Well, I've been very busy on Twitter because things are playing out exactly how we said they might and should and would. Of course, on Thanksgiving, you get the Redskins win over the Cowboys. Cha-ching. Yesterday, of course, you get the New York Giants beating the Cincinnati Bengals. Never in doubt, by the way. Cha-ching. And tonight, you get Seattle with a big W over the Eagles. And the New York Giants will be in first place. Welcome to the NFL, Big Blue.
Now, let's go back one step.
Welcome,
because
sir.
You were very, 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 very confident about this game yesterday.
Never in doubt in my mind.
Don't worry.
That's right.
Don't bother. I already
right.
know what I'm going to say on Monday at 2 o'clock. Were you a little bit worried when Brandon Wilson takes a kick return 103 yards for a touchdown to make it 7-7?
To tie it at 7?
Yeah, we
no,
were.
Listen, I thought the Giants probably would just run away with it before that took place,
So
of
did
course.
I.
After that beautiful opening drive for the touchdown. No, there was just the New York Giants defense. I hated the fact that they changed how they played in the drive in which they gave up the touchdown that gave Cincinnati life.
Reminded me of the Eagle game. Reminded the way they collapsed against the Eagles the first time they played.
I never had the feeling. I really didn't.
Even when Evan Ingram puts the ball on the ground?
Ingram, who, by the way, outside of that, you can't say outside of that because he fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
Had a brilliant day.
He did.
Couple of very big catches. Thought he should have scored a touchdown on the first deep one. But neither here nor there. He had 130 yards, whatever it was. Receiving, listen, I didn't know that they were going to get a fumble on the first play from scrimmage from midfield
right.
after the Erickson return. But, people are funny. Let me just say this. You people listening right now, all you Giant fans, you're very funny. Because now, apparently, it matters to some of you, not all of you, the way they won. They won the game. The game is over. They could have won by 40. They could have won by 2. It don't matter. It's over. The New York Giants, when they wake up tomorrow morning, if you're a diehard Giant fan, you are waking up the final couple days of November with a first-place football team in your back pocket. And that's all that matters.
That part you're right about. I mean, every win counts the same. It doesn't matter how you do it. There's no beauty points in the NFL, so I completely agree with you.
Right, sir.
But I'll be perfectly honest with you. They did everything they could to lose this football game. And what stunned me is they did it on special teams. Outside of Graham Gano, who's amazing.
Gano's a monster, which is why I got the 3-year extension. Won the game for him.
He was
amazing.
Now,
here's what's amazing. You wake up today, and isn't it funny how things change in the course of just a couple of weeks? There was a point earlier this year when the Giants were losing those close games, when Daniel Jones was turning the ball over like he had no interest in keeping the ball, right? Where many Giant fans and many of you so-called prognosticators and football experts may have uttered the words, I wonder if the Giants can win with Daniel Jones. And now, fast forward to the end of November and him hurting the hamstring and valiantly trying to come back on the field.
He did valiantly try. Give him credit for that.
And by the way, I noticed this, no treatment at all on the sideline. He just stood there. There was no one.
No, he went into the tent, and they gave him like a massage.
I didn't see what they were doing inside the tent.
They rubbed his leg.
I didn't see that. Did you see that?
Yes, I did see it.
I didn't see that.
He was laying.
I just see him standing next to Coach.
No.
And
he was laying.
Ice, no heat.
He was
no
laying.
Icy hot.
Ass in the air, okay? And somebody was kind of grabbing his hammy to try to make it feel good. And it
for
must
like
have
a
felt,
second, right?
It was quick.
But like I see him standing on the side, and I'm going, can we get this guy an ice wrap? In any event, it was only a month ago when the question was, can the Giants win with Daniel Jones? Morons.
Who are you imitating?
All the the hacks that think they're football experts. Can the Giants win? Get outside of the house and play a little bit. And now all of a sudden, the question is, can they win without
Yeah,
him.
but a lot of that has to do with who the backup is.
How
A lot
about
of
that?
that has to do with Colt McCoy.
It's all come full circle from a man, Danny Dimes.
Daniel-
You Giant fans, you suckers. Every one of you. Oh, I hate Daniel Jones. Oh, we can't win with Daniel Jones. Now you're distraught. We're going to lose Daniel Jones for a week.
Hold on a second.
Bunch of
Can I bring
fair
you-
weather fans.
No, let me bring you back to reality here.
Yeah.
Daniel deserves a lot of credit. Hasn't turned the ball over. There were a few turnover-worthy throws yesterday. He got a couple of breaks
Colt
on it.
McCoy had
but
the
whatever.
worst, but
No,
go ahead.
he absolutely did. But one of the biggest differences, and Mark Colombo can't be happy about this, is they continue to run the football incredibly well. Their offensive line continues to get better and better. Wayne Gallman has been... He's reinvented his career. I mean,
Yep.
you almost forgot about his existence to the point where they couldn't wait to sign Devontae Freeman. Now you forget about Devontae Freeman's existence.
And how much did you love 4th and goal? No wondering
love
what
that.
are we going to do? Are we going to go? Not going to go? And not only ran the ball again,
Yep.
which is the hallmark of a belief in an offensive line. Years past, you know what that play would have been? It would have been Eli or Daniel Jones
Right.
rolling out to the right.
Correct.
Play action. Oh my God, there's nobody open. What are we gonna do?
that was- I'll give you this.
I thought that play right there. It was run.
Well, they
I thought that
basically
was
said
great.
they dared the Cincinnati Bengals stop this offensive line and stop Wayne Gallman. And they did a couple of times, but on 4th and goal from the 1, and I was worried Joe Judge was going to kick the field goal. I was actually worried, thinking he's just going to take the points. They punished them. Now, with that said, what drives me nuts about this head coach, who's done a great job, is right before time expired at the end of the first quarter.
Right.
He's got to pull one of those Fugazi. Let me line him up, 4th and 1. Let me draw him off sides.
Yeah.
It never works. Then they punt the play later. But the Giants and to their credit, the Giants overcame a lot of huge mistakes.
But the key word there is
won.
overcame.
No, they did. And they overcame because their defense, Jabbar Shear, Leonard Williams, Logan Ryan, they made plays.
Yeah.
They made plays all day.
Giants defense is looking very, very strong. I say that. I understand who they played against, but
Doesn't matter.
Defense has been very, very good.
Because think about this, Craig. We talk about special teams almost killing them. We would have been talking about that all day when the Bengals get the ball at the 50-yard line with a minute to go.
Yeah.
All they've got to do is drive 20, 25 yards for Bullock to hit a game-winning field goal.
And I do believe that 2 months ago they would have lost that game.
Oh, no, I'm telling you, it felt like the Eagle game, the first one that they lost to them, where they're blowing a 2-score lead.
Now, here's the dealio. You're a diehard Giant fan. Tonight's game means a lot. You want Russell Wilson and Seattle to kick the Eagles' proverbial asses and beat them down hard and heavy, and then come back, maybe celebrate a little bit, maybe be a little off their A game come next week when Colt McCoy and the Giants invade their territory. But look, you are going to wake up, barring something totally nuts tonight, you are going to wake up tomorrow. Can someone check? Do I have a calendar here?
November 30th.
Are you sure?
Yeah, my son was born on September 30th, so we celebrated today.
Can you
Two-month
guys
birthday.
double check that? Make sure Evan's right
You
about
don't
that.
believe me?
I do believe you,
Come
but
on.
I need total double checking on
2-month
this.
birthday. It's a big deal.
Too big a day for me to get this wrong. Date, please, gentlemen. Big Mac, you have
Yeah,
that?
today is November 30th.
Today is.
Yes.
How many days does November have?
30.
So this is it for November?
Correct.
Positive 100%.
Yes.
There's no November tomorrow.
No.
So tomorrow is December 3rd. First.
Third. How'd you get to third?
I want to make sure we're right. Tomorrow is, listen, don't mess around with me. What's tomorrow's date? December
First.
1st.
We'll be gone till December.
You are going to wake up in December of 2020 with your football team in first place. I mean, doesn't matter what the record is. That's a fact, Jack. First place. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, there lives a team known as the New York Jets. And the Jets gave you their typical, predictable, embarrassingly disgusting, hard-to-watch football game after entertaining us for a couple of weeks and losing. And you learned something. You learned two things yesterday about the New York Jets. You learned, number one, Sam Darnold also wants Trevor Lawrence here. He's done. I mean, he didn't play like he played against the Cowboys after
This
the last
was
time
one of
he
the
was
most putrid Sam Darnold performances we've seen.
Agreed. And it's what I said to you. Now you have to question, if we're going to trade him, do we play him? It was embarrassingly bad yesterday. But after the game, I think you finally saw what should be the final nail in the Gase coffin as Jet coach. And I don't wish him well. Moving on. I hope he goes the way of Rich Kotite and never coaches in the NFL ever again. It's not one of these kumbaya, let's hope he does well elsewhere. No, F him.
Did you wish Todd Bowles well?
Yeah, I didn't like Todd Bowles as head coach.
But you did wish
But
him
I
well.
didn't dislike Todd Bowles.
All right.
Todd Bowles is doing very good for himself.
No, I completely
Very
agree.
good defensive coordinator. I'm happy. Good for him.
I never looked in Todd Bowles' eyes and had a disgust towards him.
Yeah,
I just
it's
thought he was a
weird.
bad head coach.
Now, I've never met Adam Gase. I don't know if you've met him in person, face to face. You know, there's some people you just see and you meet, and for whatever reason, sometimes no fault of their own, you just don't like him. I dislike this man, and I've never met him. He might be the most charitable guy. He might save baby seals in Alaska in his downtime. I don't know. But when I look at him, I don't like him. And last night, after the embarrassing loss to the Dolphins, he had a press conference, all right? And he got caught in such a blatant, egotistical lie from what we all saw. And it came down to, was he calling the plays? Was he not calling the plays?
Was it him or Dowell Loggins?
Right.
That was it.
Now,
that was
even
the
my own
choice.
son said to me, despite the fact the Jets have lost the last couple of weeks, the offense has looked more like a legitimate professional offense. Is that Loggins? I don't know. Maybe it's Flacco, for all I know, right? But yesterday did not appear to be that. And Gase kind of wanted to throw that in someone else's lap.
Here's the stupidest part about this.
What a douche.
The stupidest part about this is, answer me honestly. Do you give a rat's behind who's calling plays for the New York Jets?
Oh,
Do you care?
yes.
You do. Why?
Yes, I do.
Why do you care?
Okay, well, let me rephrase the yes.
Okay,
It's
I
a
wonder.
couch yes because when I'm watching the game and I see the offensive coordinator without headphones on, not talking to anybody, clearly not calling the plays.
But that's not the question.
We all saw that.
No, but that's not the point.
And then this guy shows up and goes, what part of the game are we talking about? I'm pretty
Right.
sure he called the plays. And then he said this.
It's
Evan.
easy to call. Like, he's bragging how easy
He
it
goes,
is.
it's not that hard. And I'm going to play the audio for you in a second because maybe I'm the only one that picked up this part of it. He says to you, as a long-suffering Jet fan, number one, it's not that hard. The Jets scored how many points?
That would be 3 points.
3.
Yeah.
3 points.
And they are last in every NFL offensive category. You name the category, they rank 32nd.
Apparently,
Every one of them.
it is very hard. But he gave you some insight that maybe I'm very unique in how I hear things, possibly. I'm not always right, but I hear things. I recognize things. He tells you that they know going into every offensive drive that they're only going to get 3 plays.
I thought that too.
Now, Matt, I'm going to play it for you. I want you to listen to it, all right? He tells you that the mindset is, we only got 3 plays, and then we're going to punt. Do you guys have the audio? We'd like you to listen to this audio, and then you just tell us, are we totally bonkers? But this is disgusting. This is the kind of audio, like when you're trying to sneak watch the porn on your phone or at home before your wife gets back from work or your kids get home and the audio's messed up or the guy's moaning, not the girl, and it's a total, like your head explodes. Maybe a bad example, but the kids are not home from school yet, so I can get away with it. You follow what I'm
That
saying?
was a terrible example.
You think so?
Yes.
No, I thought that was a sign.
It started off well, and
How
then
do
it
you-
went badly.
How do you rate that analogy?
I thought it was a great example.
Thank
actually,
you,
quite frankly.
Tommy. I appreciate
Horrible
that.
analogy.
Is it?
It was a good attempt, though. I'll give you that.
It's like when you hear audio that makes you cringe. What other type of audio makes you cringe? Is there anything that comes
you
immediately to
guaranteeing
mind?
the Giants are going to beat the Bengals. No worry.
I gave it to you, and I was right. I've been right a lot since we've been back. I can't help it, Mac. It happens. I see. It's almost like I'm one of those like palm reader people. You know, I don't charge you for it. I just give it to you for free every week. More nuggets for free.
Yeah.
Right? Boom. Another little nugget. Another little nugget. Here's Adam Gase. Who's asking him the questions? Anybody know?
I think Rich Samini was the guy who was basically pounding
It was
him
not
with this.
Monty Schmedo. Are we sure about that?
I wonder why
Was
not.
he there or not?
Was he there? No, he was texting Joe Douglas' son.
He was. He was.
eating ice cream.
I want to make sure Monty Schmedo was not the guy here.
It was not Manish Man.
Although maybe Samini did it, but made it took credit for it. That could have happened also, because that apparently was going on a lot over at the Daily Snooze. All right, here we go. Listen to this audio, and you tell us, is he not giving you the insight that as the Jets' offensive guru, he recognizes they're going 3 and out every single series. Play it.
I didn't take over. We did this. We've done the same thing the last 4 games.
We were watching Dowell through the whole game. He wasn't doing anything. I mean, he was just standing there.
He tells me it's not hard. This is not hard. We go through it the drive before. Hey, these are the 3 plays. I do the third downs.
Stop right there. These are the 3 plays. So they're going. He's telling you right there. We know we only got 3 shots before
he's calling his shot.
Yeah, we're not getting any first downs. He tells me it's easy. This is easy. Listen, it's hard for me on Madden to call the right plays.
Right.
Now this guy's telling you it's easy in the NFL.
This is why, look, I understand that most Jet fans, and I'm now in that group, we want to see this team lose. I understand that. They are better off
Finally
losing.
came around, huh?
Well, no,
I've
I've been there for 3 weeks.
But now you're all in on it.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm still miserable on Sundays. When they force a turnover, when Matt Breida puts the ball on the ground, do I want to see them actually take advantage of it? Yeah. Do I want to see Sam Darnold hook up with Denzel Mims? Yeah.
Mims is a stud.
I think he has a chance to be. Mekhi Becton, I want to see him perform. I'm still mixed on Sundays, but here's what I'm not mixed on. This guy can't be the head coach anymore. And I don't want to hear any more about, well, they have to lose these games. Adam Gase puts them in position to lose. They're going to lose either way. Yeah. But this guy, for no reason, there's no reason to lie about who's calling plays, because I could speak for a few people. I can't speak for you, evidently. I don't care who's calling plays. Tweedledee, Tweedledum. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So why does this guy feel the need? It's so stupid. You know how dumb it is to lie about something no one cares about?
And when you know that we're all watching it.
Well, that's
and we all saw the same video that Samini's talking about.
Yeah.
He was standing on the sideline. He was barely even watching the game.
We know you're going to be caught.
I actually had to say, who is that guy? And my kids told me, I think that's the offensive coordinator of the Jets.
Right.
I'm like, he's barely even watching the game.
When your kid gets caught, he's got chocolate all over his face. And you say, did you eat the chocolate? Just say yes. You've been caught.
Kid gets caught or you get caught?
No, all right, it was me. I was using Jet as an example.
Because we made a monkey bread over the weekend, and I went into that several times, in the cover of darkness, and got caught every time.
And what do? Do you sit there and double down on a stupid, meaningless lie?
Well, I blame the kids.
Well, that's fine. And that's what basically Gase did. I guess he's blaming his kids. It's dopey. And he can't be the head coach anymore. And I'm so sick of hearing, they got to keep him in to lose. Does it matter who the coach is?
Not for the next month and a half, it doesn't.
No. Give Dowell Loggins or Jim Bob Cooter the job or Greg Williams. What do you think is going to be different other than the competence of a head coach not lying blatantly to everybody after a game?
So we got Jets and Giants for you right out of the gate. We got lots to do throughout the day. The Nate Robinson Paul fight, which frankly was worth every penny of the $50 we paid for it, to watch him get knocked and dropped. I mean, as the kids say, he got slept right there in front of 1 million people on TV and a lot of ganja being smoked by not only Snoop Dogg, but Mike Tyson admitted after the fight he was stoned during the fight against Roy Jones Jr.
And he still beat Roy Jones Jr., essentially.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well,
we'll get to it later, though. We'll get to all of it later. If you're a football fan, we start with you, 877-337-6666. From the Jet, just disaster, to the New York Giants. And now here's the question. If you think Seattle's just too much for you to handle regardless, do you make the really smart move and hold Daniel Jones out no matter what so that the Hammy's 100% for the final little run at it? You're not going to win every game, although you might. Do you play the odds from a standpoint of health the right way with your star NFL quarterback?
I like how you throw that in there. The star NFL quarterback. Remember this. Keep this in your mind, all right? And Daniel deserves a lot of credit for the way he played yesterday, too. I thought that was one of his best performances as well. It's all about in relation to. Colt McCoy, when he has started in the NFL, has mostly been a loser. I mean, no offense to him. And we saw him yesterday look awful at times.
He threw a couple important passes.
He did. One got called back on a holding.
He threw a couple legit passes.
But then also you had Jason Garrett calling a quarterback option with him on 2nd and 11. What the hell was that? What did he think? Daniel Jones was still in the game?
Tell you what, this Jason Garrett, the more he coaches with the Giants, the more I might like him for the Jets.
Oh, you got to stop.
I may have to put that out there.
You got to stop. Don't put it out there.
I may have
you
to
put it out there. You know what I'll do with it? I'll put it back in.
I may have to get a little consideration.
Put it out there.
Very good with young quarterbacks.
I'm going to take that you put out there. I'm going to shine it up and put it right back in.
Daniel Jones, Garrett.
Oh, stop it.
Just saying.
He was better with.
Just saying,
hold
put
on
it
a
out
second.
there.
He was at times better with Pat Shurmur.
Ooh,
you want to make him the head coach?
Ooh, I want Eric Bieniemy. Maybe he is the guy. Maybe he's not. Jason Garrett. You keep getting it.
no,
Listen,
no,
the Giants go 8-8.
no.
Jason Garrett's getting a head coaching job.
But not with the Jets.
You never know.
Well, I'll tell you this. He may
Never
not be
know.
back with the Giants.
Never know.
I don't know
You
if Joe
never
Judge
know.
wants him.
All right, listen, we got lots to do. Glad that you're a big part of it. We got so many cool things coming up on the show, not just today, but in the near future that we'll be telling you about as well, including that guy who's a celebrity chef. What's his name? From Fuku. David Chang, I think is his name, was on a TV show, and I could not get the answer right for $1 million. But I think you could, Evan. Right up your alley.
No pressure.
We'll find out if you got the goods on that coming up as well, okay?
I'm excited.
All right, we'll get your calls, 877-337-6666. It's funny. It's Carton and Roberts.
What were you about to say? I'm sorry.
I tried to play my machine, but didn't have the thing
that's
up.
what it was?
So
Yeah.
they threw me off.
Yeah.
Threw me off time-wise.
Uh-huh.
Carton and Roberts.
Okay.
What other name of the show would there be?
I don't know. It just sounded like something else was coming.
Listen, if I said
Couldn't put my
Boomer and
finger
Carton, then two things are going to happen.
What?
Giannotti's going to call management immediately. All right, number one. And number two, all the people are going to start talking about, what's going on behind the scenes there? So I almost did say it. I'm not going to lie. Every day I fight it.
Listen, Joe,
Here and
sometimes you
there.
make mistakes.
You're funny. Listen, I think the podcast still says Benigno and Roberts.
Does
so,
it?
I think I can get a couple boomers in there for sure.
You look like him.
All right, listen, we got lots to do. We'll get your calls. Hang tight. Plus a lot coming up right here all the way to 7 o'clock on The Fan.